Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me each week. I'm obsessed with never-ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe today so you don't miss a thing.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 306 of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. So I have kind of a fun, cute story to start out with, and it does apply to my topic, so that's great. But I was in yoga this morning, and our teacher, Becca, is surely one of those yoga instructors you always want. I mean, she's fun, she's always so kind, and she comes with a positive message anytime you see her. Perfect yoga instructor. So we're in class. My gym is Lifetime Fitness. They have gyms all over the country. But the class was pretty full, and we're about 20 minutes in or so. We were definitely in the flow of it when the door to the yoga room kind of cracks open. And we see her run over the door to sort of check what's up because it's a little late for someone to be joining class. But anyway, there's a man there. He's just kind of looking in. And so she, in a split second, had to decide what to do because it kind of looked like he needed something. So she said, you can come in. And with that, he walks right in, shoes and all, which is a big no-no. If you do yoga, you know you're not supposed to wear shoes into the yoga room. And you could see her kind of trying to decide if she should ask him to remove his shoes because he had this all black outfit on with a huge silver belt buckle. But his shoes were this neon blue tennis shoes, so they just sort of announced themselves. It was hard not to notice he was wearing shoes. But she simply just decided not to say anything, and she welcomes him in. And she said, "Come on in, what is your name?" And he smiles and he said, "My name is actually Bahram. I'm the CEO of Lifetime, and I just wanted to say hello." He was visiting his gyms all around the country for the new year, I guess. But with that, we all laughed because, of course, then we recognized him immediately from the magazine with his big silver belt buckle. And then he just simply said, "You're all looking lovely." He blew us a kiss and turned around and walked out. Becca turns back into the room and she says, "Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I was so friendly. I almost asked him to remove his shoes." You see, her consistent and genuine welcoming attitude served her very well right there. Just food for thought to always be kind. You never know, right? Okay, I just love that story, and it does apply to the topic. I'm going to tell you how in a minute. But first, my husband, Eric, has, ever since I met him, has always said that he always likes to leave things better than he found them. Now, this saying has played out in my head probably every day since he told me that, and it's been many years. But he really lives that. Now, I'm not sure if it was innate for him or if the military trained it into him, but we can be on a run or a walk and he'll see a piece of trash on our street and he just picks it up and takes it and puts it in the trash. He does it all the time. Now, me, if I saw the trash, and that's a big if because I tend not to notice things like that. But if I saw it, I may have thought that I don't like seeing it, but my first reaction would not be to pick it up. I mean, I guess somebody else would have to do it, right? But when you're around someone long enough, you generally pick up their habits, or at least some of them. And this is one of those habits that I've really worked on picking up. Every single time I go into a public bathroom, my thought is to leave it better than I found it. It doesn't matter that they have people cleaning them. I personally want to leave it better for the next person because what's the alternative? I mean, if it's a mess when you walk in and you just leave it a mess, well, is that for the next person to deal with? I mean, I've had that thought, but that's not how I want to live my life. Now, when I'm going into a public bathroom and it's packed, and I wonder if you guys do this too, and you're kind of waiting for the next stall, I don't like to go in a stall after someone who looks slovenly or dirty comes out because I imagine that's how they left it. You ever do that? I mean, you imagine if someone is neat and clean, that's probably how they left the bathroom. Neat and clean. How you do one thing is how you do everything, remember? That's why the little things matter. And yeah, it may be somebody else's job, but how much better do you feel when you've left it better than it was for the next person? Now, I'm not a person who wants to live in a mess, so I better become a person who takes action when there is a mess, regardless of who made it. Now, I certainly don't seek these types of things out where I'm cleaning up messes all the time, but if I notice something and it's within my power to do something about it, I do. It's been really windy in the last week or so, and last week my neighbor's recycle bin blew over. Bottles and boxes were just everywhere. Now, I had a choice. It was not my job to clean it up. Nobody else was around to see me not clean it up, to just ignore it and walk in the house. And it's a lot easier, though, for me to clean it up than for my 70-year-old neighbor to do it. And I want to be a person that leaves things better than they found it, right? So I cleaned it up, and it felt good for the rest of the day. It felt really good. It took me about 3 minutes, literally, but the benefits lasted throughout the day. The other day, I was getting a handful of walnuts in our pantry, and one fell somewhere not easily found. My initial reaction was, oh, just leave it, because it would be a big hassle to try to find it. Just one walnut just hanging out at the bottom of the pantry, but that is not how I want to show up. So I pull out the waters that we have on the floor and the waffle iron and the toaster. Wait a minute, the toaster? Yep, there was the walnut in the toaster. Now, had I just left it, the next time we put something in the toaster, we would have had a roasted walnut. Not a big problem by itself. But is that really me leaving things in a better place? No, I'm happy I found it. The other day, I tore a paper towel off the roll and a little corner came off and flew on the floor. Myra, who cleans our house, is coming later, so I thought, oh, I'll just leave it, let her get it. It's under the counter, so I don't even see it. No, it's my mess, and I noticed it, so I'm going to clean it up. The little things we do matter, and it doesn't end there. How about the people you come in contact with every single day? From your partner to the cashier at the gas station. Are you leaving them better than before they encountered you? That's really something to think about. Did I wake up on the wrong side of the bed and make my husband wish I had just stayed in bed? Good question. Becca taught everyone in that yoga class a valuable lesson. Welcoming a guy in 20 minutes late before she ever knew that he was actually her big boss. That's how she treats everyone. She leaves them better for having encountered her. How about you? Have you ever been having a bad day and someone made your day just by smiling at you? I have. Have you ever been having a bad day and in turn made sure someone else was just as miserable? I've done that too. But on a regular, general basis, are people better off for having run into you? I hope so. My challenge to you this week is to ask yourself, am I leaving this space or this person in a better place because I've been here? Be really honest. And if you don't like the answer, just decide, like me, to work on it. I love you guys. I'll talk to you in a few days.
Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends, because we're just going to keep going bigger and better places together, and I love that about us. Talk to you in a few days.